Vivo, muito vivo, 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 feel the sound of music banging in my belly, 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 belly. How you guys doing? gente. Hello, hello, hello. Hope you can hear me out there. How you doing? Put in the comments. I hope if you can hang out here for 1 minute or the whole hour. Love to have you. What's up, my brother? How's it going, Joshua? I already see that Joshua's here in the house. Nice to see that you're present too. Anybody out there in social media, either on Facebook or YouTube, hello, whether you are here in Austin, if you are in Mexico, in Brazil, anywhere in Latin America, anywhere in the world, of course, welcome. I'm here in mi garaje, I'm here in my garage, in my studio. I like to call my studio the Lion's Lair. Sí, aquí estoy, finally playing, getting back to just having fun and playing with music and sharing a little bit of this with you. Today, let me tell you what I got going on here for us, collectively. Easy Compadre. I heard them and I love their music. So we got Easy Compadre. We're gonna have a conversation with this band. These guys are based out of Austin, Texas, right now. We're gonna find out more about their sound and what keeps them engaged in music and what's going on, and so much more. So that's what my conversation with today, which is gonna be fun. If you are here on Austin Music Channel, Channel 16, here on Austin Cable, gracias. Thank you so much. Muito obrigado for being here for a minute or for the whole hour, getting to know this cool band. They got a really unique sound. There is some techno elements meeting some cumbia, kind of a world beat funk cumbia kind of a thing going. This one track we're gonna feature later on. So I can't wait to talk with these guys. And if you are here on the social media, you can probably, if you are on my Frederico7 official page or YouTube, when you make a comment, I can actually see those particular comments. And feel welcome to host a share party and to share the fun around. We started just listening to this live take of a song. The song is actually that was my band, Beautiful Musicians. The song is actually by Caetano Veloso. It's a Brazilian artist. It's called 9 out of 10. Really cool song, and every once in a while we like to bust it out and kind of do that fusion of some funk rock sounds with Brazilian music from the 1970s. And beyond, but that's a little bit of what I do, kind of fusing these worlds. And we are all starving in the city for live music. If you, some of the Austin live music fans may have recognized that video was shot at Central Market on North Lamar, Central Market North. It's a great place, like many other places in our city to see music. We miss playing places like Central Market. And yes, that was a rendition, had Sergio Yazbek on the guitar, master Brazilian guitar player that is now in Nashville, but that we continue to work together, and we are producing some tracks, 2 tracks that I'm sending to Sergio Yazbek. Big kiss and hug to you, Sergio, over there in Nashville. Got some music coming your way. We had Pete Powers on the drums and Alan Uribe on the bass. And Bruno Weinzoff, a master percussionist from Brazil that lives here in town, and I'll interview Bruno here on the show sometime. But yes, before we move on to, in a moment I'm gonna bring our guys from Easy Compadre, gonna bring them on the studio. Before just having that moment, check in with you guys. How are you doing? We have been on this crazy year for 8 to 9 months now. If you're a musician, if you need some updates on what's happening in terms of legislation or in terms of any assistance for musicians, I highly recommend that you tune in to this channel on Facebook or any media that you are, Twitter or any of, or you can go just to their website, austintexasmusicians.com. If you do music in Austin and you just want to know what's happening, when our clubs are gonna be able to open fully, what's happening in the latest news for musicians, by musicians, This basically is a non-profit community group trying to have a voice for Austin musicians in City Hall. So, yeah, si eres de músico, si estás llegando a la ciudad ahora, por favor, conéctate con Austin, Texas musicians para estar enterado de todo lo que va a pasar. And next week, el próximo martes, next week I'm gonna have in the show Como las movies, así es. So we have Easy Compadre this week, but next week we have Como las movies. So that's gonna be a lot of fun catching up with those guys. We are on a roll here tonight with Easy Compadre. Next Tuesday with Como las movies. Gonna be a great time to just catching up with some great músicos. As you guys know, I like to, hype up our international music in Austin. Perfecto. I'm gonna play a short tune for you guys, and then we're gonna come back with Easy Compadre. This is a little acoustic version of a tune I wrote called Tree of Love. Enjoy, and then we're gonna be back with the guys from Easy Compadre. Impossibilities don't concern me. I know my purpose and its manifestation. I've had a dream, now it's real. There is pain because there is desire for growth, faith, hope, and love. Manifestation. Feel you shining through the timing of the times. Feel you shining, baby. Feel you shining through the timing of the tides. Feel you shining, baby. I feel you shining through the timing of the tide. I feel you shining, baby. I feel you shining through the timing of the tides. Feel you shining, baby. Starlight bangs as it passes near the sun in my aura. See the aura of an angel. Life is unending, no time for pretending, no. Manifestação sensacional, ou sem igual. Manifestation. I feel you shining through the timing of the tides. I feel you shining, baby. I feel you shining through the timing of the tides. I feel you shining, baby. Feel you shining through the timing of the tides. I feel you shining, baby. Feel you shining through the timing of the tides. Feel you shining, baby. When all you have left is music, come shake this tree of love. When all you have left is music, come shake this tree of love. All you have left is music. All you have left is music, come shake this tree of love. Extraordinary, not to the contrary. Amigo, impossibilities don't concern me. I know my purpose is manifestation. I've had a dream, now it's real. There is pain because there is desire for growth, faith and hope. Manifestation. Feel you shining through the timing of the tides. Feel you shining, baby. I feel you shining through the timing of the tides. I feel you shining, baby. I feel you shining through the timing of the tides.
I feel you shining, babe. I feel you shining through the timing of the tides. I feel you shining, babe. All you have left is music. Come shake this tree of love. When all you have left is music, come shake this tree of love. When all you have left is music, come shake this tree of love. Tudo que está na música, no centro da canção. Tudo que está na música, no centro da canção. Tudo que está na música, no coração. Tudo que está na música, no centro da canção. Tudo que está na música, no coração.
Isso aí, obrigado, obrigado, obrigado. That was Tree of Love, a song I wrote many years ago. Used to perform with the band called Sons of Orpheus. Abraço, meus amigos, Sons of Orpheus, big, all of those excellent musicians. But yeah, that was an acoustic version that I was just sitting on the couch the other day and was like, it's time to bust some of those guys and record some acoustic versions. Hope you're doing as well as you can today. We are connecting. Usually, one of the things about this year that was a bummer for me was that I had a list of bands that I wanted to check out. And this band that I'm interviewing today is one of those bands, Easy Compadre. Let me bring these guys to the studio right now. So, Oscar and...
Oi!
Oi, tudo bem?
Tudo bom? Tudo bom, você?
Tudo bem,
Olá.
cara. Todos aqui with your Portuguese, on shape here. Oh, yeah, it's gonna be a trilingual interview. We're gonna do it in Espanol. We're gonna do it in English, in Portuñol.
Só falo portunhol. Só falo portunhol. Não
Portuñol and Spanglish.
No.
Spanglish.
Spanglish and Portuñol. You guys better get used to it. Guys, so that's the deal. Nice to meet you. First of all, congratulations on the terrific track. I'm not, exaggerating. I dig it a lot. Está guapachón. It's dirty. It's just good to dance. It's heavy. It's got the cumbia power. So congrats, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah. How long has Easy Compadre existed? What's the story here?
Easy Compadre's been a band for a year and a half. Okay? All of the three of us, we're not veterans, but we've been in bands here in town. I don't know. Alfredo, you've been here, 10 years almost?
Yeah, I think Oscar and we've been here for 10 years. I'm sorry.
10 years.
For me, it's 8, and we've all been playing in bands.
Yeah.
And I think one of the funny things is that the three of us used to live in Monterrey, and we never met each other over there until we get here in Austin.
I met Ted.
Yeah.
No,
we weren't friends.
Yeah, now that is interesting. And Monterrey is a very big city, but yeah, it's funny that you guys in the circles of músicos or stuff like that, you guys didn't connect there, and then you connected here.
That's right.
Yeah, it was funny that we started realizing that we have like many friends in common. It's like, hey, do you know this guy? Oh yeah, I used to play with him. Oh, I used to play with him too in a different band. So that was pretty fun.
Yeah, I don't even. Can you guys hear a little bit of echo on your end, or is it just me? Okay, perfecto. So that I can live with that. So let me hear from each other. So I'll start with you, Oscar.
Okay.
Talk to me a little bit about your background in music and how that led you to play with Easy Compadre. See what was from, and then I'll go around and hear from you guys as well. Where did it start for you, and how did it lead to a song like Mamuliki, for example?
So in my case, I've been playing keyboards for a while. I also play bass and been involved in music all my life, basically. And been in different bands. I used to play in a band that plays Pink Floyd songs back in Monterrey. And when I moved here, I met Ted and I met Alfredo. And I used to play with Ted in another band. We were playing like stoner rock. And these guys say that all the time, that I'm always on the 80s and the progressive rock and all this crazy stuff, music for movies. And when we start this band, I really, the first thing is that I really like to work with these two guys. So they're really good what they do. But even better, they're very good friends. So we always have fun. And then Easy Compadre is like a big mixer where we have all these different flavors, not only in music but also in concepts that can go from comics, video games, movies, etc. We put everything in a blender and we mix it, and there you go. That's basically Easy Compadre, and I really like working with them. I think Ted is a terrific songwriter. He's amazing, and Alfredo, he's besides being an excellent drummer, he's an awesome DJ and MC. I will let them talk now.
No, está bien. Ted, so what about you? I mean, and Oscar, before I move to Ted, just it's so es importante la música that you connect with the people that you're playing in many levels, and that's a little bit of what you said, like, oh, you were playing all of the stoner rock and this Pink Floyd songs, but then hey, you've encontraste tus hermanos, and it like, oh, okay, this kind of, there is a lot of common interests here and a lot of things that create these really cool creative loops. So
absolutely, you just mentioned it right. It's like the three of us here listen to very different music, but at the same time we have so many music in common that it's what it makes this band very interesting. And also the visuals, the images, the concepts, the story behind the songs. I think those all these common interests are pretty interesting. So yeah, as you mentioned, I found my brothers here, and like this is the music that we're doing now.
Chingón. Ted, háblame de ti. Talk to us a little bit about what led you to get into music and how has been coming to work with these guys.
Well, kind of the same story as Oscar. Living in Monterrey, wanted to be a musician all my life, and I started playing guitar around 9 because of a band from Monterrey called Bronco.
Bronco.
They're like a cumbia, huapango, and kind of Mexican folk, northern Mexican folk. But anyway, after that, I got into the regular '90s kids diet of a rocker '90s kids diet. Healthy doses of metal and grunge and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, same.
And so started playing music in Monterrey, and that's where I met Alfredo, playing in bars, rock bars, playing covers. And we had our band, he had his band, I had my band, and we were trying, to make it there down in Mexico. Then I moved to Austin to open a guitar shop. I had a guitar shop here in town about 3 or 4 years ago, I don't remember. It was called Calaveras Guitar Boutique. And
okay. I think I saw some social media. I think I've seen a guitar of yours before I even met you.
Ago.
Okay.
Maybe. That's a long time ago, but that made me meet a lot of musicians, and I started a band. And I asked Oscar, who I knew was from the same city that I was coming from, And I'm like, dude, you want to play? Like, I know you're good. People that we know in common, they told me, hey, ask him to play. Ask Oscar to play. He's a killer bass player. He's a killer keyboard player. And I'm like, all right, let's do it. So that
Chingón.
started. At the same time, I was playing in a band called Big Jaw with Alfredo. He was playing drums, I was playing guitars. And Clint, by the way, if you're watching, saludos, Clint. He helped us record these three singles that we released, by the way. Um,
Ah, muy chido. Muy chido.
and
Saludos. And
yeah,
people are saying hi, so cheers everyone. Saludos.
cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Yeah, we
Thank you
got
for
some
being here.
folks. Yeah, in a moment here, there's some comments I can even put. And if I'm just circling around, if some folks just tuned in on the Austin Music Channel, or if you are in Brazil, in Mexico, o donde quiera que estén por internet, here we are with Easy Compadre. It's nice to hear your story because then it gives us a lot of context. You know, I spent a lot of time in Monterrey myself. I'm a Brasileiro that has spent a lot of time in Mexico, and I have family in Mexico. There's so many tastes and so many, you know, el mundo de ahí del Cerro de la Silla y el
Yeah,
mundo
that's
de
right.
Monterrey. It cooks.
Exacto.
Exacto. So it cooks up some very unique musical realities, and then you guys are bringing those musical realities here to Austin, and you yourself then you start to take in what's happening here, no? Que es interesante. For me, one of the things that have kept me in the city is that wow, in a easy access I can find a sitar player that is amazing, or I can find, you name it, whatever you say, we're gonna find it in Austin in terms of like amazing musicians. Oh, you want to study West African drumming, because why not? You're gonna find a West African drumming master who lives here. And so it's interesting how you guys bring your sound, but then as you interact with others, you're also taking in other stuff, I imagine, no?
That's right.
I think what you mentioned that you've been listening in Monterrey and all that, being from Brazil, it's the same thing here. It's like we bring the picanha, carne asada, ahora brisket, everything together.
That's right.
Machacalo.
Exacto. Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, so let's hear from Chido Machine. Chido, we met each other working at the Mac. Shout out to everybody that is connected or works at the MIS Barrientos Mexican American Cultural Center here in town. So that's a lot of community work and so forth. And then I started to see some bands around, and oh man, you're playing with that band. And then I started to see the Easy Compadre stuff, and like I was mentioning, I was looking forward to seeing you guys play live this year. I was looking for, maybe we could have done a double bill together or something. And then ahí lo que pasa es lo que pasa, ¿verdad? We're doing what we gotta do, which is be safe, weather the storm, and look forward to better days. But ¿qué onda contigo? How did you get to be here with Easy Compadre? ¿Cómo ha sido la jornada para ti?
First of all, thank you very much, Freddy, for having us and for this space. This is awesome. Thank you, and hello to everybody. So yeah, we are friends since probably like 7 or 8 years, as they say, because friend of common. I played with Ted before in Big Jaw, and just like this, having a moment, carne asada, beers. Once we were talking like, hey, we should start a band,
Así es.
and we did. We put all that in the blender. I'm the tropical Latino flavor and percussion. We have the guitar and the keyboard player, like
Eso.
that fusion, and it came out really good. I'm very happy with the result I don't know what I'm saying, with el resultado.
Con el resultado, sí, 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 sí.
And yeah, we have a lot of fun. As Oscar said, it's we still have the northern taste, but with a blend of everything in the ATX. So it's yeah, it's a lot of stuff happening, and a lot of inspiration, and it's good. We play electronic, rock, Latino, samba, cumbia, a little bit of everything. So
Oh man, eso está de maravilla. I want to hear more about the música, but in the meantime, I gonna be honest. I gonna run and connect real quick. I cannot believe that I forgot a little bit to connect my power supply. So let me do that real quick. But in between, can you tell us how do you connect with you guys? What's your website? Where do you get merch? And how do we listen to your music? And give me 5 seconds. But can you
yeah,
tell us how to do that?
do it. So I'm gonna be the one in charge. So you can find us Spotify, Bandcamp. Uh, if you want to put some money there, we really appreciate it. We have also merch at threadless.com. What else? Help me. Uh,
We Instagram, we're on Instagram, Facebook, um,
YouTube. Yeah, I think pretty much it's
YouTube.
Easy Compadre Music. You can find us as Easy Compadre Music.
Eso.
Isso.
Perfecto. No, no. Aqui já estou outra vez
We need you. We need you.
with
Yeah,
electricity
dude, we're
prendido y puesto, como dicen.
Eso.
excelente. Nice.
Y mira, Mamulike is the song that in a little bit, in about 10, 15 minutes, we're going to play so that we can actually get to hear you guys. I was really impressed. I'm usually really impressed with you guys. I think your Instagram feed is fun. I mean, not that I care about bands for their Instagram feed, but I think
Nice.
you really get to have a taste of your aesthetic, and you guys entertain us. I like to be entertained by your social media, and it doesn't seem like a force. It's just like, oh, that's easy, compadre. Oh, there is an aesthetic point, and then I hear the music, and I'm like, oh, yeah, it is. So who does talk to me about y'all's a little bit of the graphic design, or just some of that ideas, or some inspirations, graphic inspirations that you guys have, because it's fun to see your sound, but also to see some imagery that goes with your sound.
Yeah, so that's my fault, I think. Uh, I'm the graphic designer and photographer,
Props, yeah.
videographer for the band. And it's basically trying to do exactly what we do with our music. You know, use our influences, like what's aesthetically, but like all of the soundtracks from the 80s, from those sci-fi movies that we got in Mexico that were dubbed in Spanish in Canal 5. They really got through our mind. Like the sounds that we're grabbing come from, let's see, I'm hearing the echo, and I have an idea. Dudes, can you mute your mics? How's that? Is that better? Woo, musicians at the end, right? In the end. I know how to mix. Anyway, so that's a little bit of like everything that's in the music. We think of our music as conceptual party songs or something like that. Like without having to say a lot, you're feeling a lot of what we experience as being kids in the northern part in Mexico, and then coming to the United States kind of at the same time, like around the same time, the three of us, and experiencing all of what it is to to move from one country to another. And Mamulike connects us to our city. Mamulique, La Cuesta Mamulique is a beautiful mountain range that's in the highway that takes you from Monterrey to Laredo, Texas, the border with the U.S. So my family comes from the trailer business, 18-wheeler, camioneros. That's what we are, truckers in the end. And there's so many stories of La Cuesta Mamulique because it's a very capricious highway with a lot of turns, and like the altitude is kind of high, so like your car's struggling and you have to pay attention to stuff. And there's a lot of accidents there, but there's also a lot of like mysticism around it because of the urban legends that we as people, we tend to just like, we see something strange and we don't know how to explain it, and it's, oh, it was something weird, it was el chupacabras or the UFOs or something like that. So there's a lot of urban legends of I'm gonna say it's like a stretch of probably 10 10 miles or something like that. Beautiful mountains. It's actually in the video. All of the mountains you see in the video, that's Mamulique. So that's where Mamulique is coming from. Like, we're kind of like giving you a taste of what our childhood was with our experience of coming here through the pop culture, American pop culture that we, you know, consumed, but in Mexico with Mexican dubbing, which is another added layer of culture. So it's like Alfredo or Oscar said, like a blender of all of the influences and all of that stuff. And that's the same thing that goes into the graphic design. In the end, it's trying to communicate that we're Mexican Americans. We like cinematic sounds, cinematic aesthetics. We like soundtracks. We like to dance. We like carne asada. We like rock and roll. We like diversity in almost like everything, right? Like, we feel that that's what makes everything really interesting. The more mixtures and blends of stuff, it's more rich. Like, I mean, culturally, right? And that's what you're getting at.
Yes,
It's
yes.
great to hear you saying that, dude. That you're entertained by our feed, because that's something we've never been told. That's the first. So it's awesome to get that feedback. Thank you, dude.
See, see, see. No, no, it's oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. And it just, I just know that once we begin to be able to be out there and enjoying live music in Austin, and sometimes some friends in Brazil or algunos amigos en México, ¿por qué hablas tanto de música en vivo? It's because there are so many opportunities to play in the city normally. Tenemos muchas oportunidades de tocar en varios lugares en esta ciudad. And I was looking forward to have that experience. But you guys, currently, have you guys? Oh, and I'm gonna get. We got some. I got some comments here on social media. I definitely want to get to those comments. But before I do, hablamos del estudio. Let's talk a little bit about the studio process for Mamulique and for different things. How do you guys work? ¿Cómo trabajan? Is that one main songwriter, or do you guys kind of all do your own thing and bring it together? And where did you go to record Mamulique? So talk to me a little bit about el proceso de the Easy Compadre process.
So one of the things that I would like to say is, like, Ted manufactures, like, he's a natural songwriter, so he's really really good at that. He brings the song, he produces the song. It's like, this is the sound that I want to use. This is the vibe that I wanna transmit. And then Alfredo and I start working with him. Like, hey, well, in Alfredo's case, it's about the drumming, about the flavor, all the pico son stuff. It's putting a little bit of making the beats always fun, and always um, you know um,
That's the Chido machine effect.
correct. That's the chill machine effect. And
Send me a
The
track.
other,
Send me some samba electronic tracks, dude.
correct. And then I work more on the sound and the scenes that we're gonna use, and what if we use this chord here? He's really good at writing melodies and more like in harmonies and trying to do arrangement with him. It's like, hey, I think that we should use this here, and then we create. He kind of have a concept of the song, this song about this, and sometimes we develop a small story about it. Like, oh, this is more like we're pretty visual, so we imagine that this is what's gonna happen in this song. It's like small story, and then we from there. Then the recording process. Well, there are two parts also too that you mentioned. We love playing in Austin. We love Austin. That's the first thing, and in all sense. And then the second part is that Austin has this really open mind to new bands, and that's one of the things that we love. That you can play and people really goes and is interested in knowing what is your process, what you're doing, how do you kind of mix all these sounds, and it's like, why do you guys sound like you do here, like tropical world music, cumbias, samba, and then you
Yes,
at
yes.
the same time sound like you guys listen to I don't know, Hugh Lewis and Van Halen and all these other bands, and then at the same time it's like, hey, there's Queens of Stone Age over there, and there's Rush, and there is Echimota. It's all these things mix over
Nice,
there,
nice.
and it's like, hey, well, each one of us is like, hey, I'm gonna put this element over there in this mix, and then we put it there. And as you mentioned, the visual part, one of the things that we really like is the aesthetic. Like, let's put it like the dystopian cyberpunk view, but without being that pessimistic. We're thinking this is the band that after the cyberpunk disaster happened, it's like, well, somebody has to party, right? Let's do the party. And it's like we find out this piece of metal, a piece of synths, and we start rebuilding them, and we connect them. And Chido Machine is half cyborg and it's half Alfredo, and he's like, okay, let's put all these workstations together. We're gonna connect them, and hey, let's do a party. It's like the end of the world party, right? Let's keep going. So the
I
thing,
love it.
the songs are kind of always have this element that has to be hope. There's cool. They have to be happy at the very end. And but if you hear the music, sometimes it's like, why you guys are going from this very dark place musically, and then start to, hey, finish like a huge big party. Like, well, that's what Easy Compadre is.
Y así es la vida muchas veces. Often that's how life rolls, right? Often life rolls. You don't know when it's not every day that is the party. It's not every day. It's complex. I mean, está bien. It's in some ways is some of the observations that Ted and all the three of you guys is observations that you guys have of how dynamic things are, and because that's the world that we are living in. We have to find the joy even through the darkness. If it is si estamos en una pandemia y con gente muriendo y how can we not just survive, but transform, ¿no? Hay que transformarnos como sea, ¿verdad?
Absolutely.
I want to give some shout to some folks. I want to say, so ahí estamos con Nelson de Como las Movies, saludándoles. Perfecto, saludo a Nelson. Ahí tenemos folks.
Saludo a Nelson.
Sí, Nelson. Ahí tenemos folks from el proyecto. Ahí con una festa, sí, poder, sí se puede. Alex Vallejo, yes, Alex from the Austin. Alex, a musician, as you guys know, producer with Vallejo, and has done so much goodness for our community with the Austin Music Foundation, and now the Austin Latin Music Coalition. Está muy bien. Gracias, Alex Vallejo, for watching and for supporting and for listening to la historia de Easy Compadre, que aquí están. Aquí, les saludos de Johnny. Ahí está Johnny Ramírez. Ándale.
Saludos, Johnny.
Saludos.
Saludos, Johnny. Gracias.
Cheers, Johnny.
Gracias por estar
Sí, gran
aquí.
saludos. Y también tenemos ahí a Osvaldo Flores. Ahí. Epa.
Guaco!
Epa, ahí nos llega. Y
Yes, I think you should tell.
Just tease it.
please.
Okay. Osvaldo Flores Guaco es
Saludo
the director
Osvaldo.
for our
Saludo.
next video. Saludos, Guaco.
Así es. So you guys have a theme for your next video? ¿Hay un tema? O ahí lo dejamos de misterio. Primero,
We can no. El tema, the theme, the song is called El American Dream, and that prefix El is very important, and that's the whole theme. The whole theme of the song and the video. That's what will be. It's a perspective of the American dream from a Mexican immigrant, and not every Mexican immigrant, because there's so many different circumstances, and every circumstance is unique. So it's something that what we believe we've experienced. It's kind of our struggle put there, and it's got some political commentary, but it's completely instrumental. It's a feeling kind of song, and that's the theme. It's going to be a good one. We're excited about it. We can't say a lot because it's giving it away. It's very easy to give it away. So
Está
let's leave it
bien.
up there.
Está bien, we'll leave it at that. But yes, I want to encourage everyone, if you're watching this right now, or all of nuestros amigos, a lot of people are going to be watching this in the days to come. You can visit easycompadre.bandcamp.com to hear su música. You can look for Easy Compadre on the social medias. Check their Instagram out. And then there's some cool merch that you guys have available through threadless.com. There's a link here in the bottom. Déjame compartirles. One of the things that I'm doing, all of the gifts that I'm giving are gifts by local artisans and artists. Eso es lo que, and then I mentioned to my whole family, and now my whole family kind of like, that was their vow. So quero invitar a todos. I want to invite everybody who's watching, if you are in a condition to even be buying gifts this year or thinking of that sort of thing, piensa en los músicos, en los artesanos, think about your local artisan, musicians, and check out what you guys got going on here in your merch. También, muchachos, I'm gonna be, in the times to come, I will have you back. Hopefully, maybe when you have the next video, we can do
Awesome.
another video review. Aquí es un espacio abierto, because what this show is about is like, we would be having this conversation in the back of a club after our show. We would be like,
Yeah.
hey, ¿qué onda contigo? Y tú, de Monterrey. Yo también conozco. Ay, tú se conocieron allá. I know. So we are just starting to get to know you and starting to get to know your music.
Yeah.
Pero es bueno compartir Mamulique, and this song that we're going to hear, because I want to make sure that the folks watching with the Austin Music Channel have a chance to hear your music. Set us up for the clip, and then once we hear the music, we'll come back to say bye afterwards. But set us up a little bit. What's happening here con este track?
You're saying also with the video, or just the music, or everything, the whole concept, right?
Anything you want to tell us about Mamulique? Yes, anything you want to tell us about what we're gonna watch? Lo que
Okay,
sea.
so the video you're just gonna watch, I directed it, I edited it, the guys and my wife, we filmed it. I had to go in an emergency to Mexico with Alfredo, and we took some shots of La Cuesta Mamulique while we were there. So we made a We made a stop there. So everything is made by the band. The song, as I told you a little bit, it's a norteña accordion inspired guitar, because that's what I'm trying to play my guitar as, like a norteña accordion.
Oh, nice.
So that's where the feeling of the guitar comes from. I'm trying to make it sound a little bit like an accordion, like a folk riff. And then we have a little bit of Afrobeat in the middle section. That's where
Woo!
my buddy Bote just goes nuts in a keyboard solo that I wrote, but he just like did it amazing. And Alfredo is just blasting through the whole song, just doing the beats, very like seamless transitions. You don't even feel them. It's just like so fluid.
Okay, so that's that Chido machine feeling.
That's the feeling that you get. And so the video, it's a little bit of a story of three like pirate radio guys that are transmitting their music to the truck drivers driving through Mamulique. And you can only get that song when you're driving through Mamulique. That's kind of like the story of the video. Very abstract, but that's setting up the clip.
Perfecto, aquí vamos a escuchar Mamulique con Easy Compadre, dale.
Si van pasando la cuesta Mamulique, abran bien los ojos, la mente y cuiden su corazón. Hay panditas, hombres, lobos y seres extraterrestres aquí. Ni Jaime Maussan puede explicar la vibra de este lugar. Así que easy, compadres, aquí estoy para el guachicoleo y por el CD los acompaño hasta el amanecer. Amor, si estás escuchando, cómprame una coca. Amor, si estás escuchando, cómprame una coca. Amor, si estás escuchando, cómprame una coca. Hay benditas, hombres, lobos y seres extraterrestres aquí. Si van pasando la cuesta Mamulique, cómprame una coca. Abran bien los ojos,
qué chulería. Porque no puedo decir palabras malas aquí, a las 7 de la noche en Austin. But
Así es.
as you as you guys said, el ritmo, la historia, cómprame una coca. Now opa, I'm thinking of times that que vivía en México y they sold refresco en la bolsa de plástico.
Coca en
Don't know
bolsa.
Exacto.
Yeah. Exacto.
Coca en bolsa y no la de polvito.
Yeah, so send your pictures of coca en bolsa to the Mamulique.
That's right. Tag us. If you ever drank Coca en bolsa o joya de piña o de uva in a bag, send us your
Dude,
tag us
it's
in your picture.
awful.
It's actually very funny because it was a Coca in a bag
And a straw.
with a straw.
You still drank it from the
See?
straw.
So what?
It was
So,
like,
yeah.
let's make a little bit more plastic waste for the ocean. Right?
Sí,
We're gonna
exactly.
have to take care of it
Más.
later on.
Oh,
But,
Dios mío.
It's for that
Thank you
green
very
guilt.
much.
It's for the green guilt. Pero sí, I just want to hear more. Así que I put the Bandcamp. Are there more tracks on the Bandcamp, or for now that's the one track?
We have
Como-
3 tracks there.
Perfecto. So, if you just, you're just checking in right now, and you're like, pero ¿qué fue eso? Or you're in Brazil right now, it's like, isso aí é cumbia, que é isso, cara? Eu quero escutar essa música, caralho. É Easy Compadre, meu. Easy Compadre, bicho.
Muito bueno.
So, aqui está Easy Compadre em bandcamp.com para oír todos os tracks. I want to say bye to the folks at the Austin Music Channel. Thanks for tuning in for the hour, por el support. I want to also thank all that are working with the Austin, Texas musicians. I know if you guys haven't heard of these guys, they're just trying to keep news of what's happening in City Hall and so forth. So check them out if you haven't, para que sepan lo que está pasando con la ciudad. Y un abrazo a Como las Movies, because en la próxima semana, next week, I'm gonna have Como las Movies, and we all really enjoyed su música, y va a ser bueno. So, como já sabem, mis queridos, this is as un espacio aquí just for us to have these conversations, get to know more about y'all. Before we say bye, ¿qué quieren que sepan la gente here in Austin o en toda la América Latina? ¿Qué quieren que sepan de ustedes por mientras? What do we need to know about Easy Compadre que ustedes no dijeron todavía?
Dale greñas.
Pues queremos decir que los queremos mucho. We want to say we love you guys. Thanks for being here. Thank you, Frederico, for having us.
Gracias.
Thank you to
No,
all.
gracias a ustedes.
Thank you to all our families, our wives. This is very important for us. Thank you very much.
Yeah, they make the dream possible.
Yeah, they support us pretty good. Thank you very much.
And I want to say thank you to my wife as well. Thank you, Adrian.
And we have more music coming soon.
That's right.
It was right through the pandemic stuff when we started, and we're getting back into this. So we're working on more music. Thank you very much. It's gonna be a couple of videos. But first of all, and the most important is thank you everybody that supports music, support arts,
Así
support
es.
these platforms, spaces. And thank you very much, Frederico. It's very important what you're doing for us and the whole community.
Yes, man. And once this is
Sí.
over, let's play together.
Exactamente. So we already, it's already on. We are going to, when we get to open our clubs again, I have live music. Let's do a bill together. Promessa es deuda. Y mira, oh, now before, look, you got some.
That's my wife there.
De sua esposa, assim, abraço, claro que sim. And once again,
She was the
saludos.
camera. She was the camera for the performance of Mamulique.
Ah, maravilla. Beautiful. Oh, me encantó el video en todos los sentidos de la edición. It tells the story, guys. So, yeah, I just want to watch more videos. And I know as a music creator, I know that it's hard to do the investment, hacer todo lo que hay que hacer. Pero ustedes también, in the middle of this pandemic and in the middle of being musicians and trying to keep our thing going, just want to send you guys the good vibes and la fuerza, una fuerza mutua para que ustedes sigan con su trabajo, porque no es fácil. Y I know that you guys were just getting some cool stuff out when the pandemic started, but when it starts back again, let's definitely do something. And here, en este espacio, in this little space, con su humilde servidor, as they say in Mexico, when you guys have the next video, we'll bring you guys back. ¿Sale?
Yeah, let's do it.
Ale.
Muchas gracias, Frederico.
Gracias, Frederico.
Gracias a todos ahí en sus casitas. Un abrazo. Ahí vamos.
Have a good night.
Chao.
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 Chao.